Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about breastfeeding. I wanted to do this video a little bit different than the last few videos I've done. So I decided just to sit on my bed and have like a conversation as if you're sitting here with me. A little bit more relaxed, and I'm excited. As most of everybody knows, breastfeeding has become a very big topic on social media and on the news and just in a lot of circles of people nowadays. With the different opinions on should you breastfeed in public, should you breastfeed with or without a cover, and just, you know, so on and so forth. I have breastfed 2 babies. My daughter breastfed for 21 months and my son is still breastfeeding now at 22 months. And I honestly don't see him stopping anytime in the near future, which I am totally okay with. My daughter, she was a very easy baby when it comes to breastfeeding, meaning she nursed literally like every 2 hours, 2 to 3 hours, sometimes every 4 hours. My son, he is very easy with breastfeeding in the regard that I have nursed him completely on demand. We were not on a 2 to 4 hour schedule. It has always been when he's hungry, that's when he eats. So sometimes it's every 2 hours, sometimes it's every 15 minutes. Him being my last baby, I am completely just letting him lead the way when it comes to weaning and do it at his pace when he's ready, because I know it's my last time I'll ever be doing this, so I'm trying to enjoy it while I can. So there's just a little bit of my journey with breastfeeding and how I have breastfed my babies. First question though is going to be, why is breastfeeding important? And there's a few reasons why breastfeeding is important. Breastfeeding is important for your baby. You know, in the first days of your baby's life, breastfeeding is crucial. That colostrum is so important, even though it's only a tiny bit. I mean, literally, like the size of their stomachs are like this big, so they only get a little bit. The amount of power that is in colostrum is insane. Liquid gold is honestly the name that it should have been given instead of colostrum, because that's what it is. And your baby gets so many nutrients, vitamins, everything that it needs, antibodies for an immune system that is non-existent in those first few days of life. And obviously then your milk comes in and they're getting the fat and all that yumminess, and it's very important for them to get that. It's also important for the bond between you and your baby. That skin to skin contact, it does so much for both you and the baby. It helps with regulating your hormones, regulating the baby's temperature, and you know, and just that feeling you haven't been separated for almost 10 months, and then all of a sudden you are. So having that bond of closeness like that is just, oh my goodness, it's the best thing ever. And then for you, it helps your uterus contract back down, and for a lot of women, it helps them lose weight. It helps them, again, like hormonally, it makes you crazy, but at the same time, like it does help. And so breastfeeding, honestly, like there's nothing I can say that like why it isn't important. It is super important. Next question is breast best? That's a tough question, because a lot of people, you know, they believe fed is best. And they stick by that, and they get very, very offended and upset if somebody says, well, breast is best. Breast milk compares to nothing else. There is nothing that you can compare with breast milk to even come close. Now, there are formulas that you can make that, again, they will not still compare to breast milk, but they are a close second. Much better than the canned formula that you can buy in the store. I feel though that a lot of moms that don't breastfeed because they either can't or they don't want to, which there is a small percentage of women that can't, they feel they have no other option than to formula feed. And that's where I have a different opinion. There are very many options that you can look at. There are women out there that they would love to pump and give their breast milk to any baby that needs it. There are milk banks that moms all the time are donating their milk to these milk banks, and they are readily available for you. I personally do think that breast milk is best. In maybe not necessarily the breast form, but through pumping and donation. How do I feel about extended breastfeeding? Well, obviously, I'm an extended breastfeeding mom, so I'm totally for it. I say breastfeed as long as you want to. You know, we are one of the only countries that stop nursing at about 6 months to a year is like the average that a mom weans their baby. Most countries go till age 5 to 7. And I'm not saying that I want my 7-year-old, you know, continuing to nurse, but I definitely feel that children, they'll wean on their own. And if my son is still nursing at 4, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But I am definitely an advocate for extended breastfeeding. Next question is, does breastfeeding hurt? It doesn't have to. It does not have to hurt at all. With my daughter, she did not have a good latch in the beginning. So let me tell you, the pain was horrendous. Like, I wanted to scream and like squeeze something every single time she latched on. But the problem was her latch. So my first suggestion to any mom that is having issues with it hurting is check their latch. If their lips aren't completely surrounding your areola, you might have a shallow latch, or you might just have a really bad one. If you hear a clicking noise, that means they've got a shallow latch. You might want to check for tongue tie, lip tie. So breastfeeding doesn't have to hurt. It normally only hurts if you have a wrong latch. What do I think of breastfeeding in public? Do it. Mama, get out there and breastfeed that baby wherever they need to be nursed, whether it be in a restaurant, in the grocery store, at church, at a friend's house. I don't care where it is. You feel confident that you can breastfeed that baby wherever you need to. There is only one state in the United States that doesn't have any laws that protect moms from breastfeeding, and that is Idaho. 47 states have laws that protect moms to breastfeed anywhere they're authorized to be. South Dakota and Virginia have laws that give mom they're exempt from nudity and indecent exposure when they're in public. But there's not an actual breastfeeding law for them. They're just exempt. Moms, get out there and breastfeed. Whether you want to use a cover or not is completely up to you, but don't ever feel like you have to, and don't ever feel like you have to go sit in a bathroom stall to breastfeed your baby, because you don't. You can go sit there in front of God and everyone and nurse that baby whenever they need it. So nurse on, mamas. Last question is going to be, can you work out while you're breastfeeding? Absolutely, 100%, yes you can. Get out there and work your butt off. I'm telling you, working out is what you need to do. You need that for yourself. Moms definitely need to be exercising, working out, getting their blood flowing, and do it with your babies. If they need to nurse, stop, let them nurse, and then keep going. But don't feel that you can't work out because you're nursing. Unfortunately, with my daughter, I did have my OB tell me not to do vigorous workouts and not to do lifting in workouts. She said it would hurt my milk supply, change the taste of my milk, which is completely ridiculous. It 100% does not affect the taste of your milk. I mean, you might be sweaty when they first, latch on. My son doesn't seem to care whatsoever, but it's not going to change the taste of your milk. And the only way your milk supply is going to start going down is if you're not drinking enough water. So whether you're working out or not, water should be your #1 source of hydration. You shouldn't be drinking a ton of soda and teas and whatnot. Let's not talk about coffee. You can have your cup of coffee. Don't worry about it. But definitely drink your water. Make sure you're getting enough calories and you'll be fine. I'm telling you, you need to work out. It is a great stress release. So 100% you can work out while you're breastfeeding. Well, that's all I have. I wanted to just be real with you, tell you about my journey, answer some questions that I found to be pretty popular questions. And you know, if you have any other suggestions, comments, or if you have some questions, please leave them down in the comments below. I would love to talk more about this with you guys. Breastfeeding is a huge passion of mine. I love breastfeeding. I will be very sad when my journey is over. I hope that if you like this video that you guys will come back and see what I have in store for next week. Give it a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't. Again, if you have any questions or comments, leave them down below, and I'll see you on my next video. Bye guys!